Hey everyone, it's Keaney here, and it is time for AEW Revolution predictions. Before I start, just make sure you check out Fisher and Krusty's predictions as well, which will be up on our socials and our YouTube, along with this one. And also get involved yourself with predictions. This is our first AEW show of the year, so it'll be interesting to see kind of how that goes because it's a bit different to WWE. But I'll get into the show now. And I'll start with the buy-in. There's actually 3 matches on a buy, which is quite a lot. The first one, Hook v QT Marshall. My obvious prediction here is Hook. It's going to be quick, it's going to be fun, and I can't wait for it. But Hook is definitely going to win. Next up is Leyla Hirsch v Kris Statlander. And again, the build for this has been next to nothing. Again, there was a few exchanges a while ago, but yeah, this is a tough one to call. I think I'm going to go for Statlander to beat Leyla Hirsch. There's no real reason behind that. I think she's just a slightly better wrestler. And then the last match on the buy-in card, we've got the House of Black, which is Malachi, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, against Death Triangle, which is Pac and Penta, and also Erick Redbeard, who turned up on Rampage last night, as I recorded this on the Saturday morning. So this is a new match added to the card, and I think I'm going to go for the House of Black here because I just think that they're really strong. Yeah, I think they actually took a loss the other week to Death Triangle, and I just don't really see why they would lose again. It's also Buddy Matthews, I think, is in ring debut. It's also Erick Redbeard as well. Although he did appear a while ago for Brody Lee on that commemorative show for him. But yeah, I'm going to go for House of Black. Then we get onto the main card, and we have the AHFO, Andrade, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy against Darby Allin, Sting, and Sammy Guevara in a 6-man tornado tag match. Now, I actually think something's going to happen here because I don't know why this match is on the card, and I think the only reason it's here is for a big debut or something, or there's going to be something, and maybe we see Jeff Hardy here potentially. I mean, Sammy retained the TNT title last night against Andrade and Darby, which is an interesting match to have this close to the pay-per-view. So yeah, this one's not an easy one to call. I think I'm going to go for Oh, hang on. No, I'm not. I'm going to go for Darby, Sting, and Sammy. I nearly went for them, but then I thought I just can't see Darby, Sting, or Sammy taking a pin. Unless they bring Jeff Hardy in as heel and just starts off a Jeff Hardy, Darby Allin rivalry, which could be pretty cool, by the way. Interesting. God, I'm actually torn. Do you know what? I'm going to go AHFO. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for Andrade, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy to win. With my reasoning being someone comes in. My prediction is Jeff Hardy. I don't know whether, again, it's non-complete cause might not even be up yet, so maybe he can't turn up tonight, or tomorrow night, sorry. But I'm going to go for AHFO to win. Moxley v Danielson. Now, this is the match I'm looking forward to the most on the card, but by a fair distance, actually. This one I'm really looking forward to. And Danielson has kind of been so dominant, beating people up, and I actually am predicting John Moxley to win here, though, because I think because Danielson's proven how tough he is for a few weeks now, and I think Moxley is almost gonna reach that level of aggression. Danielson's gonna push Moxley to that level of aggression and push Moxley over the edge, and Moxley's gonna go mad and beat Danielson. Then they're gonna have a bit of a show of respect after the match, I think. So I'm gonna go John Moxley to win that one. The TBS title, Jade Cargill and Ty Conti. I think this is obvious. Jade Cargill is going to retain. I just don't see why you'd have her lose to Ty Conti. I think it needs a bigger opponent for her to lose her first match to Cargill. So I'm going to go for her to retain there. Jericho v Eddie Kingston. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I think storyline wise, Eddie Kingston kind of has to win. Talk about him not winning the big matches and Jericho's far superior. And I just think surely Eddie Kingston's going to do it here. Whether Santana and Ortiz play a part, I'm sure they will in this one. And maybe this is where they maybe turn. Although they did fist bump Jericho on Wednesday, so it's very tough to tell. But I'm going to go Eddie Kingston to win here, I think. We then have the three-way tag team match: Jurassic Express, reDRagon, and the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. So we did see at the end of Rampage, both reDRagon and the Bucks stole one title each and then kind of had a face-off, and then Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy from Jurassic Express jumped over the top rope and took them both out. And I think that obviously was showing that, because it looked like they were going to go 4-on-2 or 4-on-3 because Kris and Cage in the ring, but they were going to outnumber Jurassic Express, and then they almost got in each other's way. And I think that's obviously a storyline they're telling. So I actually think there's more to come with reDRagon and Young Bucks. So I'm going to go Jurassic Express to retain. I mean, the one thing we did see over the last couple of weeks is the strength of the tag team division. And Jurassic Express have got plenty more opponents down the line for them. And I think you could have a very intriguing reDRagon, Young Bucks, throw Cole, throw Omega in the mix, and you can have some storyline that you don't need anywhere near the belts. So I'm going Jurassic Express to retain. The face of the Revolution ladder match: Keith Lee, Orange Cassidy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Wardlow, and Christian Cage. So often they have an open spot and it's like a surprise. I think they've done that for the last couple of Face of the Revolution ladder matches. This year, I think they've got the full card. Christian Cage is the last person to qualify. But I think this has to be Wardlow to win it. So I think they're setting up Keith Lee and Hobbs as a rivalry. And I think Cassidy, Starks, and Cage are in here to take bumps, essentially. I mean, I don't know how many bumps Christian Cage can take, but we'll see. I think he's taken quite a few in his AEW career already, so maybe he'd be fine. And I think Levy Hobbs is the way they're going to go forward. Maybe Levy Starks for the title down the line, the FTW title. But I think Wardlow will win this, and I think that makes the most storyline sense with the MJF storyline brewing. Which again make them into effect in the night itself. There is a chance MJF could come out or Spears could come out and cost Wardlow. And I think there might be a point where Spears does come out, but Wardlow this might be the time where Wardlow destroys Spears and just wins the belt. Also wins the Face Revolution ladder match and then goes on to face Sammy Guevara for the TNT title or something. So I'm going Wardlow. The next match is the AEW Women's Championship. Britt Baker, D.M.D, the Thunder Rosa. Again, I've if you listen to the podcast this week, I was quite critical of the build for this one. I really think they've dropped the ball considering this was the most anticipated women's match, the best women's match AEW had. And I don't think they've capitalized on that at all in the build for this. And just for me, I don't think Thunder Rosa is currently built up to be women's champion. So I am going Britt Baker to retain. So I thought this would be the one where Britt Baker would lose the belt. But I just don't see that right now. Because I just don't think Thunder Rosa's in the spot to be champion. I just don't think she's there right now. She was there 6 months ago. I don't think she's there right now. And I think there's better storylines for Britt Baker down the line with Rebel, with Jade Cargill in the future potentially. I think there's more to come from Baker, and I just don't think. I think their women's division would drop a little bit by Britt Baker losing the belt. In my opinion, Thunder Rosa needed to be brought up to Britt Baker's level. And I actually think Britt Baker's been dragged down to Thunder Rosa's level. I'm not saying Thunder Rosa's on a low level, but if there's a ladder of hierarchy, Britt Baker's at the top and Thunder Rosa's maybe second rung down. And I think this feud is the second rung. I don't think it's a top tier feud. And I think that's the feud that Britt Baker needs to lose the belt in is a top tier one. So I'm going Britt Baker to retain. CM Punk v MJF is interesting. This is probably the hardest match on the card to call. I think this could literally go either way. There's the Wardlow factor here as well, which I don't think will actually play a part. I think this might just be a straight up one-on-one, blood everywhere, absolute carnage. I mean, obviously there's a great chance that Spears and Wardlow come out, but depends on the match order. I think we're more likely to see Wardlow and Spears interact in the Wardlow match earlier on in the night, or potentially earlier on in the night anyway. Who knows when they're going to come on. But so if there's going to be no interferences, I think I've got to go for CM Punk to win. He got his ass handed to him on Rampage. He cut quite passionate promo on Dynamite. He got his ass handed to him on Rampage. He cut a quite passionate promo. MJF has beat him twice in Chicago, so maybe they'll just go one-on-one. I mean, this does seem like the end of the feud, and I think it will be, even if Punk wins, and because they technically MJF only won one match against him, but he won it twice. So on records, they'd be one-on-one, but I think Punk will win, and I think this will be the end of the feud, and we maybe move on to MJF Wardlow, because maybe that's where we go next. And last but not least is the AEW World title between Hangman Adam Page and Adam Cole. Again, I mentioned this on Friday's pod that I think Adam Cole has bigger fish to fry, which is mad to say because this is the AEW World title. But right now, this feels a lesser storyline for Adam Cole than all of the Elite and the reDRagon stuff. And I just don't think they've built Cole up to win the title yet. So I'm going to go Hangman Adam Page to retain, which does mean I think I've got every belt retained on the show, which now I've said that out loud seems a bit mad, but yeah, I think they're all going to retain. I think there's enough on this show that I don't think the belts need to change hands for it to be a great show. But if I'm looking at the title matches down the card, maybe Baker Thunder Rosa's one where it could change, and maybe the tag belts obviously could change as well. But yeah, I'm going Hangman Adam Page to retain. And I'm just going to quickly run down that my predictions for you there at the end. So I've got Hook to beat QT Marshall, Kris Statlander to beat Leyla Hirsch, the House of Black to beat Death Triangle and Erick Redbeard, AHFO to beat Sammy, Darby, and Sting. Apologies. Moxley to beat Danielson, Jade Cargill to beat Conti, Eddie Kingston to beat Jericho, Jurassic Express to retain their tag belts, Wardlow to win the ladder match, Britt Baker to beat Rosa, Punk to beat MJF, and Hangman Adam Page to beat Adam Cole. So as I mentioned at the start, check out Fisher and Krusty's predictions as well and predict yourself, and enjoy the show, and we will catch you early next week with our review show for AEW Revolution. Cheers, guys.